This channel's age is just 20 days, already generated nearly 300,000 views with only 7 videos. The first upload itself is a viral banger. More than 200,000 views in just 14 days, and this channel is even newer. It started just 14 days ago and already got almost 200,000 views in this video in just 7 days. Luck? Absolutely not. They found a goldmine formula to crack the algorithm, and they are using it in not just this channel, but in other channels too. The result? Same explosive videos. Same incredible numbers. For example, a sister channel of it is already earning almost $300,000 each month. But we are not here only to appreciate it. We will steal it and apply it in your channel, so you also can replicate the success. But before that, I will first show you how I know their full story, what the other channels are, where they applied the same formula, and its status. And then I will jump into what they actually do and how you can copy it for your channel, explaining everything step by step. Okay, this is another channel created by the same owner, and it went from 0 to 259,000 subscribers in just 60 days with exactly the same type of content. The result? They're pulling in nearly $300,000 every single month. Due to some unknown reason, right now, they deleted all their videos, opened a new channel, and applied the same strategy again. And that's when it came to notice, and I reverse engineered their entire system. While everyone else is fighting over the same tired niches, these smart creators discovered an untapped gold mine hiding in plain sight. They realized that people are absolutely fascinated by one thing: how our ancient ancestors used to live. Think about it. When you watch a movie about ancient times, what keeps you glued to the screen? It's not just the action, it's the curiosity. How did people survive without supermarkets? How did they make fire? How did they protect their families from wild animals? We're hardwired to wonder about our ancestors, because understanding them helps us understand ourselves. That's exactly what Hominid History Hub capitalized. But they didn't just make boring documentaries on it, they created something entirely new. They made prehistoric life feel like watching a fantasy adventure movie, and they did it all without spending money on actors, sets, or expensive cameras. Here's what made their content so addictive. No talking heads, no boring lectures, no guy in a studio pointing at charts. Instead, they used only AI to create stunning visuals of early humans fighting for survival. Just imagine a Neanderthal family hiding from a saber-toothed tiger, the tension building as the predator circles their cave. The father grabs a crude spear, his hands shaking. The children hide behind their mother. Then, just as the tiger lunges, our ancestor strikes. It's pure visual storytelling with nothing but sound effects and AI-generated footage. The result felt more like Hollywood movies than educational content, and viewers couldn't get enough. But what really set them apart wasn't just the concept, it was how they executed it. And that execution is what I'm about to teach you step by step. Just a few years ago, creating this type of content would have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. You'd need a team of 3D animators, motion graphics experts, sound designers, and probably a small army of other specialists. Cut to present day. AI has changed everything. No Hollywood budget, all you need is just one person with the right AI tools and knowledge. And before you start worrying about monetization, let me put those fears to rest. This type of content is not only allowed on YouTube, it's encouraged. Because these videos provide genuine educational and entertainment value. So, YouTube's algorithm totally loves them because they keep people watching. Advertisers love them because they reach engaged audiences. And creators love them because they're profitable from day one. So now, the question isn't whether this works, because we already got enough proof that it does. But knowing what these creators did isn't enough. You need to know exactly how they did it. You need the specific prompts, the exact workflow, and the insider tricks that separate successful channels from the ones that never take off. Lucky for you, that's exactly what I'm about to reveal. The first secret these creators discovered is that your topic can make or break your entire channel. Most people pick random subjects and hope for the best. That's like shooting arrows in the dark and praying you hit the target. Smart creators use a system to find topics that are guaranteed to perform. So, if you think deeper, the key is understanding what makes people click. It's not enough to make a video about early humans. You need to find the specific angles that tap into deep human psychology. Think about the topics that made Hominid History Hub or Savanora stories go viral. The daily struggle of early human ancestors, crossing rivers, and the battle against nature. The origins of cooperation among early humans. Life on African savanna 2 million years ago, etc. Did you notice the pattern? Each topic promises to reveal something we've always wondered about, but never fully understood. So, how do you find these golden topics without spending days researching? I've created a special prompt that generates 20 high-performing topic ideas in seconds. You simply plug it into any AI text generator like ChatGPT, Grok, or DeepSeek, and it gives you a list of topics that are practically guaranteed to get views. The prompt is based on analyzing hundreds of successful videos in this niche, so it knows exactly what works. But finding good topics is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you turn those topics into compelling stories, and that's where most creators fail miserably. You see, there's a huge difference between having a good idea and knowing how to tell a good story. Most people think they can just describe what happened and call it content. But that's not how human brains work. We're wired for story. We need setup, conflict, and resolution. We need to care about the characters. We need to feel the tension. This is where the successful creators separate themselves from everyone else. They don't just tell you facts about early humans. They make you feel like you're there. They make you worry about whether the tribe will find food before winter. They make you hold your breath when the hunters face down a mammoth. It's like turning history into drama and drama into views. The secret is understanding that every good story follows a specific structure, even stories about prehistoric life. You start with a character we can relate to, put them in a dangerous or challenging situation, build the tension until it's almost unbearable, then deliver a satisfying resolution that teaches us something important. This narrative structure has a name: Hero's Journey. We will use that in this niche. Just think about it. Instead of making a boring video about how early humans made fire, you tell the story of a family caught in a winter storm, their fire dying out, children getting cold, and the desperate race to restart the flame before it's too late. You see, same information, but completely different emotional impact. I've developed a story generation prompt that takes any topic and automatically structures it like a Hollywood movie. It creates characters you care about, situations that grip you, and endings that satisfy you. But here's what I learned from studying the most successful channels. The best creators don't just copy what the AI gives them. They always add their own creative touches. You should do this too. So, once you have your story mapped out, you're ready for the part that separates the amateurs from the professionals, creating visuals that look like they came from $1 million production studio. The channel we're studying doesn't use any voiceovers. That means they rely on extremely powerful visuals and sound effects to tell the entire story. This technique also has a name: show, but don't tell. This might seem limiting at first, but it's actually brilliant and effective. So, the real challenge is creating visuals that are so compelling they don't need words. This is where AI becomes your ally, but only if you know how to use it properly. There are two ways to create these videos. You can generate images first and then convert them to video, or you can generate videos directly from text descriptions. The direct approach is much faster and easier, but it needs the right prompts. Most people use terrible prompts and get terrible results, then wonder why AI doesn't work well for them. To avoid that problem, I've developed a video prompt system for you that generates exactly the type of clips you need for prehistoric storytelling. The prompts are specifically designed to create characters that look authentically ancient, settings that feel realistic, and action sequences that build tension. But here's the crucial part. AI needs detailed instructions about camera angles, character appearance, and scene composition. Otherwise, you'll end up with generic footage that looks like everyone else's. The tool I recommend for this type of content is Google's VEO3, and there's a very specific reason why. While other AI video generators can create decent visuals, VEO3 does something that saves you hours of editing time. It automatically adds sound effects and even speech to your videos. Remember, sound is crucial for this type of content since there's no voiceover to carry the story. Think about what this means for your workflow. With other tools, you'd need to generate your video clips, then spend hours finding and adding sound effects for every single scene. Footsteps in the dirt, wind through the trees, Animals growling, fire crackling, tools being crafted. It would take forever, and most creators don't have that kind of patience. VEO3 handles all of this automatically. You only describe the scene, and it creates not just the visuals, but the entire audio landscape. So, all you need to do is sign up for Google Flow, which gives you a free 1-month pro trial with 1,000 credits. You have 2 options for generation. The quality model, which produces incredible results, but costs 100 credits per video. And the fast model, which is cheaper at 20 credits per video, but slightly lower quality. For testing purposes, the fast model is perfect now. The key to getting great results is in how you write your prompts. Most people just describe what they want to see, but that's only half the battle. You also need to specify camera movements, lighting conditions, character emotions, and scene transitions. Basically, the AI needs to understand not just what's happening, but how you want it to look and feel. For example, instead of saying, early human hunting mammoth, you might prompt, close-up of determined Neanderthal hunter's face, sweat and dirt, visible, gripping crude spear, intense focus in his eyes, then quick cut to massive woolly mammoth trumpeting. Camera pulls back to reveal the dangerous standoff, misty prehistoric landscape in background, dramatic lighting from storm clouds overhead. See the difference? The second prompt gives the AI every detailing it needs to create a cinematic moment instead of just a basic scene. This level of detail is what separates professional-looking content from amateur videos. But even with perfect prompts, you'll still need to review and adjust your clips before using them. You know, AI is indeed incredibly powerful, but it's not perfect. Sometimes you'll want to remove unnecessary details, change character clothing, or adjust the scene composition. The successful creators understand that AI is a tool that expands their creativity, not a magic button that does everything for them. Once you've generated all your clips, it's time for the final step that brings everything together: editing your masterpiece. Now, here's where a lot of creators overthink things. They assume they need expensive editing software or years of experience to create professional-looking videos. But the truth is, this style of content is actually one of the easiest to edit because the AI has already done most of the heavy lifting. You can use any editing software you're comfortable with. Canva or CapCut works fine for basic editing, or you can use something like Filmora for more control. The important thing isn't which tool you choose, it's understanding the editing principles that make these videos so engaging. The first principle is the hook. The most successful channels in this niche never start their videos at the beginning of the story. Instead, they open with the most intense moment, usually from the middle or end of the video. This immediately grabs the viewer's attention and makes them curious about how things got to that point. Imagine opening your video with a desperate early human family trapped by a forest fire, then cutting to black with text that says, 12 hours earlier. This is how a good film starts, right? Because instantly, your viewer is invested in finding out how the story unfolds. This technique, borrowed from Hollywood movies and TV shows, is incredibly effective for YouTube content. After your hook, you arrange the rest of your clips to tell the story chronologically. Since your clips were generated with VEO3, they already include sound effects, so you don't need to worry about audio. The main editing tasks are removing watermarks, adjusting clip positioning, and adding transitions between scenes. Most downloaded clips will have watermarks in the bottom right corner, but these are easy to crop out by scaling and repositioning your footage. If clips have black borders, you can zoom in slightly until the borders disappear. These small adjustments make a huge difference in the final professional appearance of your video. For transitions, keep things simple. A basic fade transition works perfectly for this type of content. Use nothing flashy. You might add a black fade after your opening hook before the main story begins, but don't overdo it with fancy effects that distract from the storytelling. The final editing touch is color grading. Adding a consistent filter across your entire video helps create a cohesive mood and makes your content look more polished. Filters like Cinema 21:9 or Vivid work well for prehistoric content because they enhance the dramatic, ancient atmosphere. And that way, once your editing is complete, export in 1080p MP4 format for maximum compatibility with YouTube's system. But before you upload, there's one more crucial element that could determine whether your video gets 100 views or 100,000 views. Your thumbnail. The thumbnail is your video's movie poster, and in the attention economy of YouTube, it's often more important than the video itself. Viewers decide whether to click on your content in less than 2 seconds, based almost entirely on your thumbnail and title. Get this wrong, and even the best video in the world will be ignored. Successful prehistoric content thumbnails follow a specific pattern. They show dramatic moments with clear emotional stakes. For example, a Neanderthal facing down a predator, early humans discovering fire, a tribe fleeing from natural disaster. The key is showing tension and emotion that makes viewers curious about the outcome. To make things easier for you, I've also created a thumbnail generation prompt that automatically creates compelling images for any topic or script you provide. You can use this with Gemini, Recraft AI, Image FX, or any AI image generator. Personally, I get the best results with Gemini. Simply paste the prompt, set your aspect ratio, and within seconds you have a professional thumbnail that doesn't require additional editing. The beauty of this entire system is that once you understand it, you can create unlimited content like this. The best part that I almost forgot to tell you is that, in this niche, you're not dependent on trends or current events. Human curiosity about our ancestors is timeless. There will always be stories to tell about how we survived, evolved, and became the species we are today. So, to become successful, all you need to have is 2 things: consistency and improvement. The first video you make using this system probably won't be perfect, and that's completely normal. The successful creators understand that each video is a learning opportunity. They pay attention to what works, what doesn't, and gradually refine their approach. So the opportunity in front of you right now won't last forever. As more creators discover this niche and these tools become mainstream, competition will increase. The channels that establish themselves early will have a massive advantage over those who wait. They'll have larger audiences, better algorithm relationships, and more experience creating content that resonates. So by now, you have everything you need to start today. The prompts, the tools, the strategy, and the blueprint from a channel that prove this system works. So now, tell me, if one single AI-powered channel can hit 300,000 views in just 20 days, what's stopping you from building yours? Or do you feel like this niche is not your type and you are looking for something else? Drop your answer in the comments because I will bring you more secret niches like this pretty soon. And if you're serious about starting, don't just scroll away. Hit that subscribe button right now, because missing one video means you are just delaying your success.